Good morning students, welcome you all in the class of History Civics, and today I am here to discuss with you about the causes for the rise of radicals. Okay, as we have started the new topic, the second phase of Indian national movement. So in this regard, yesterday I started telling you about the causes for the rise of radicals. So some of the causes I discussed with you, okay, and some remaining causes I am going to discuss today. So listen carefully. So this the occurrence of famine, okay, and plague, it also became responsible for the rise of radicals. How? Actually, what happened in the year 1896-97, okay, the drought occurred, and which resulted in near about 45,000 deaths. Then what happened in 1899, okay, the severe famine occurred, followed by plague, horrible plague in Maharashtra, and British government was not taking any measures to solve this problem. So this turned the people against the British government, and the people, the younger elements in the Congress, they lost their faith in the moderate methods. Okay, so this was how the occurrence of famine and plague became responsible for the rise of radicals. Now, the next important cause for the rise of radicals was the repressive policies of Lord Curzon. So here I would like to tell you that Lord Curzon, he started adopting the repressive policies. For example, he just in 1898 he passed the Official Secret Act, and the main object of this act was just to stop the pupil, just to restrict the pupil to gather any information regarding the official policies. So just he restricted the liberty of all sections of the pupil. Then he just passed the Calcutta Corporation Act, and by passing this act, what he did, he reduced the number of elected members from Calcutta Corporation. Then he also restricted the internal independence of the universities by passing the Indian Universities Act. Okay, and then his most popular decision was the partition of Bengal in 1905. Okay, though he justifies his partition of Bengal by saying that it was administrative necessity, but everyone knew that behind the partition of Bengal, Lord Curzon's motive was to divide Hindus and Muslims. Okay, and now the people, they were not ready to trust the Lord Curzon, or the, we can say, the Britishers. Okay, now the partition of Bengal, okay, when Lord Curzon announced this partition of Bengal, it was just came to be known as his most unpopular decision. Okay, he just announced that now the Bengal may be divided into two parts: West Bengal, the Hindu dominated area, and East Bengal and Assam, the Muslim dominated area. Though he justified it by saying it was done just for administrative convenience, but everyone knew his motive of dividing the Hindus and Muslims, as well as he wanted to weaken the rising tide of nationalism in Bengal. Okay, so now the people lost the faith in the moderate methods, and they wanted to adopt some radical methods for attaining independence. Now, for the rise of radicals, some international events were also responsible. For example, Italy's defeat at the hands of Ethiopia, okay, and other countries, just many Asian countries defeated the Europeans. Okay, so it shattered the myth that Europeans are invincible. Okay, and in South Africa, and then the Indians, they were also very much against the Britishers, because the Indians were ill-treated in the British colonies. For example, in South Africa, so Mahatma Gandhi was leading the movement there. Okay, so and these were the events which became responsible for the rise of radicals. Okay, so this is all for today. In the next video, we will discuss the methods of these radicals. Till then, have a good day.